Hello, this is Adam Ross for XB1000 and welcome to my castle tour. So, as we start off here in this kind of pre-castle area where I was thinking that some of the townsfolk would live, this is kind of just a small area which would be part of a larger town, and you can see straight away that there's these structures that have got a lot of damage, and there's been these boulders have come from the sky, crashed through, and are blocking off the entrances and also destroyed all the innards. So what I was thinking is that the castle is under attack from some sort of monsters, and they've been using these boulders to destroy some of the buildings and kill some of the people. And so these boulders come into play and block off basically a lot of entrances and stuff like that, and also make a lot of holes in all the structures. You'll see some more of that when we get to the main castle over there. But I was thinking that the destruction would kind of play out as you are progressing through it. So now it's kind of post all the destruction happening, but maybe when you start the game, some of these structures are intact, but as you get to certain areas, you see the boulders come down, and there'll be kind of monsters in the sky shooting down these boulders, destroying buildings as you're going along. So anyway, so you've got these kind of small houses and also a bigger hall area which the entrance is blocked off by boulders, and there would have been a kind of gateway in the door over here, but you can't get through there, so you're going to have to walk over here to get through to a different section. So the doorway is open here, but if you go inside there's just boulders and destruction, and there's also these things here where there would be horses hitched up, or there would be if they hadn't run off already because of the war going on. So as you come over here, I was thinking you'd first see the enemies, which is just your standard monsters, so orcs or something like that, trying to take over the castle, and you can use some of these boulders that are littered all around for cover as you're trying to take them out. And so we've got a well over here with some water in that you don't really want to fall down, and you've also got these big holes. So this one is completely blocked off by a massive boulder, but in here there is kind of a dining sort of area where I was thinking there could be a couple of friendly NPCs maybe hiding from the monsters, which they could give you maybe some health items or some tips as to what's going on down in the castle. So as you approach, we get to the drawbridge over the moat, which you can fall in. I'll just let this fall down. So as I walk along here, you can fall in if you're unlucky enough, and I was thinking there could be kind of like an oxygen bar come up, and once that depletes you'd start losing health unless you escape the moat using that little hill there. So then we can jump back up here and get into the castle. So now you can see the main castle, and for this castle I kind of took inspiration from a couple of video game castles such as Peach's Castle in Super Mario 64, and also Hyrule Castle, a few iterations of that, and that's basically for the big bold shapes. And I also went for a design with kind of a big outer wall. You can't really see it from here, you can see it over there, but these spires make up a big outer region around a central castle location. So that's taken inspiration from that from a few sources. A couple of real life ones such as Comwy Castle, Warwick Castle and Chateau Chambord. That one's in France, and they all have these kind of big walls around the central location. And also Hyrule Castle in Zelda A Link to the Past. And you can get up onto these walkways, and I'll show you that in a bit. But anyway, getting over here, you can get a good look at the central castle with the big spires, and the spires are based off a few locations. Like I said before, Peach's Castle's got them, as does Hyrule Castle, as well as many real-world castles. Some of the ones I've got pictures for in my research are Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany, and also Brand Castle in Romania, which have these big kind of spiry structures looming down. So as you come along here, there is a curved staircase over there, but there's also this big courtyard where there'd be kind of, it would be littered with monsters, and again you've got these boulders, and there's also these little houses which have these, well, supposed to be beds, but they've been kind of shoved all over the place by the monsters. And you've also got a nice pretty fountain over here with a nice water feature, but that's just for decoration. So yeah, if the player hadn't noticed this curved staircase already, they might have come over here and entered into this building, because this is the biggest. Looks like there might be something inside, and there's basically nothing except for stuff kind of strewn all around, evidence of a ransacking. And also I was thinking there could be kind of some graffiti on this big wall or something, maybe written in blood, of castle goers that have been defeated by monsters, and it could say ascend or something like that, basically telling you to go upwards. because that's what you want to do with this curved staircase here. So we'll make our way over to there, and that's how we progress. So like I said before, I was thinking there'd be kind of monsters everywhere, because they're kind of just running about, destroying stuff, trying to cause as much havoc as possible. So you can, now you're on these big walkways, like I mentioned before, and up here is kind of where I imagine there would have been, potentially still could be kind of friendly NPCs, kind of knights trying to defend the castle from above, and there'd also be monsters littered around, of course. But then you've also, I was thinking this room could be kind of a little bit of maybe an armory. You got these benches that there could be weapons on that you could potentially pick up, and for the just NPCs to have picked up. And you can come along to this walkway where there'll be more monsters, maybe more friendly NPCs unless they've been killed already. And you can see a nice good view of the castle and the courtyard. And you can see that above the main entrance is this tiny door, and that is actually where we are going to be headed. So as you progress through here, you can see again in this building there's kind of a big table here, which I thought could have been a room. There could be a couple of NPCs around here that are, this table could be used for making plans, kind of a big area. Could maybe be some maps on there or some battle plans. And you can walk up this curved staircase over here, and now you can't get into this spire because there's this big boulder that's come down at some point, crashing through it. So what you have to do is walk along here, along this sketchy kind of makeshift spiral staircase without falling down. There we have it. And then there's also going to be a few castles over, a few enemies over here shooting at you, and you can't actually jump across there. So what you have to do is come over here, and oh look, there's boulders in here that have crashed through the ceiling. So I was thinking in here, excuse that, there'd be maybe some chests with a couple of health items that you could pick up, just in case you took any damage from falling through there, because that won't be too fun. You don't want to die from some fall damage. So over here there's more boulders again where they've crashed through the walls, and there's a couple more kind of houses and strongholds with in here there's be crates full of supplies that you can't access, unfortunately, and also some more houses, like I said, that have been kind of ransacked. These would be houses for people that more higher up maybe live in the castle. So you can't get over here because of the boulders, but what you can do, if you noticed, is climb up these boulders, which have conveniently formed the shape of stairs, which means you can come over here. And as you can see, there is a staircase, which you may have noticed before when we were looking at the fountain. But hopping over here, you can make sure not to fall off, otherwise you're going to have to go around again. You can climb up to here, and this doorway is the last point, and that is going to be the end of my level, which would then continue inside the castle, but not for now. But anyway, that's my castle, so thank you very much for watching.